So the three critical components of an effective emergency action plan. First one is preparation or training. We need to do regular staff training on CPR, AED use, first aid for all the personnel, including coaches, athletic trainers, anyone basically that's in charge of the students or athletes where you work, and then frequently doing drills to simulate these things. So we always do earthquake drills and stuff like that, but you also need to be doing drills like where the AED is, how long it takes someone to go get it, who's like in doing what when it comes to CPR, first aid, and all that stuff. The second big component of that is going to be communication and roles. So this comes with like the preparation stuff. You are able to establish the designated roles in the chain of command. So like who calls 911, who knows how to use the AED, who does crowd control, like what you do in certain situations, especially like for sporting events that are replicated the same weekend. Like when we have home goals for wrestling, it's always the same staff and stuff that are involved. So if you know what to do in a situation like that, and create a communication system. So having radios, having like a emergency cell phone, like in your phone, so you know who you need to call in certain situations. Call 911, and then like if you need to contact the trainer if they're not on site or people like that. That way, it's like the coordination seamless between the medical personnel and the emergency responders and stuff. And then access and the equipment. Like we need to make sure that the equipment like AEDs, spine boards, oxygen tanks, all that are available and they all work. So we need to make sure that they're up to date and like can pass all their inspections. And we need to have like clearly marked points for EMS vehicles to like get on campus, especially where I coach around the college is pretty difficult. So having security and other people and a marked thing to where for them to go. Like sports venues can have unique challenges, especially with like crowd management. So we're talking about like those home goals and stuff. Like we don't know who's in the stands, parent people, they might be freaking out. So people need to be able to manage the spectators and maintain a calm environment so the EMS and the people trying to work on that athlete can actually do their jobs. Um, like if we have multiple level facilities, some of these new gyms, especially like in high schools and colleges, they have like an upper level and lower. So if the person's in the upper level or lower, navigating through that complex and that area without like effectively and quickly, so it doesn't delay any response time. Um, and then like the specific needs, like the sports injuries, like they need specific care, especially like when it comes to head injuries, things like that. When you're at like football, I deal with wrestling, so we get these same injuries common and stuff. So knowing what injuries can happen in those different venues and stuff like that. Um, the next thing I want to do is like the emotional, spiritual impact for responders, like witnessing something like the Hamlin's cardiac arrest could like really be emotional, create fear, helplessness, and feel even guilt, and then stuff like it leads to sometimes existential questions, and gratitude for like being able to like save someone, um, and like those emotions can sharpen like your commitment. You know what I mean? Through if you prepare and you're like able to help create like not have anxiety in the future when it comes to these emergencies and stuff like that. So yeah, like seeing something like that and being a part of it can like really it can go two different ways. You can be more prepared and more ready for anything future. It can also give you anxiety and make it maybe even have trouble when dealing with things in the future because you know what the worst case scenario can look like. When it comes to like rebuilding something after something like that happens, um, just like earlier, communication. I mean, that's gonna be common with like anything you do in any kind of thing, but fostering open communication, so like having team meetings allow athletes to like share their feelings, like process the events that they went through. Also encouraging them to like have individual dialogue with like mental health professionals, because even in a group setting, sometimes they might feel silly the way or like dumb that they feel a certain way. You know what I mean? But then or like just not willing to open up. So encouraging them to talk to someone individually. rituals to like honor them. I know when it comes to like our wrestling team, before I coached at Rio Hondo, but there was an athlete who died during a wrestling match in the early 20 teens. And so we have Jesse Cruz stuff on all our teams. We have scholarships that kids get at the end of the season where his family come and give him scholarships and stuff like that. So it's something that helps like reinforce that. And then also like because of those measures, like you know, because of stuff like that that happens, like taking measures for the future. So things like if there is anything to prevent, knowing that you have everything sewed up, that's like it's not so much small because that's an action you can take to like and make it that you learn from crazy things like that that happen. Um, you definitely like I said with the team meetings and all that, you need to also provide one-on-one support for the athletes that struggle with like some of them will have survival guilt or fear. Um, collaborate with like school psychologists to and other people professionals to help with the athletes that have to deal with that experience. And again, one of the coaches I coached with was actually teammates with the student athlete who tragically passed away during the wrestling match at Rio Hondo. And just talking with him, like he said he went through like all the steps of that. He had some survival guilt, but he also like now he coaches and he does a lot because he knows that like his teammate was that kind of person and it's kind of led him down that same path, you know. And then also just focus on like team bonding stuff, like get the team to work together, build trust, like get them to volunteer, do things, or like if you do have any kind of stuff set up in honor of like things that happen,